Hello VC, it's Jerry here with Dark Side Vinyl. Just going to cover some of my recent finds, so it shouldn't be too long a video. First off, Father's Day gifts. This was my youngest daughter, Sophie, painted this for me for the vinyl room. So when I get that in order, you'll see that in place and you'll see it here in the background in my videos. And my oldest daughter turned one of my record store bags into a pillow for me for the room. So I was very pleased with those gifts. Those homemade gifts are always appreciated and loved. So let's get right into it. All right, my first find. I actually pre-ordered this one. This was the only new album that I bought. This is Cubby and the Blizzards, Apple Knockers Flophouse, and that folds out. Comes on this beautiful blue vinyl. This is a blues group from the Netherlands, actually, and I love them. They are really unique. They've been around a long time, and since the '60s, in one iteration or another, they've had different members, just like many groups have. But they make some good music. All right. That was, like I said, that was the only new one I bought. But so I found some used ones. What I did was I took in a bunch of old, either some duplicates or some things that I'm not going to listen to. They were either in a collection that I bought or just stuff that I'm not into at all. I offered them up to my friends first, and then whatever was left I took in to build up some credit for record store days coming up. But anyway, while I was there and they were figuring out how much they were going to give me for it, I looked around and found some good albums. First one here, Sad Boy Brown, Savage Return. This is blues, also blues rock. I've got The Weather Report. I haven't got to listen to this one yet. I've heard good things about them, so I went ahead, and when I saw this one and the price was real cheap, so I went ahead and picked that up. Probably listen to that later on today. Santana. I've seen some other people show this one before, and as soon as I saw the cover, I was like, oh, gotta have that one. So actually I haven't got to listen to this one yet either. But of course I know Santana and I like Santana, so I'm looking forward to it. This one, Johnny Winter. I listened to this one this morning. Really good. This one has it's got the blues rock on there, but it gets a little almost there's some bluegrass because it's got mandolin on it. It's a little mellower in about the middle of the record, and then it picks back up again. But I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. So this is the insert there. Some cool pictures. You got some awesome jewelry there. And flowing blonde mane. His younger brother, the Edgar Winter group. There he is there in the middle. And haven't got to spin this one yet. Soon. And then I picked up a couple online. There was I was flipping through some of the pages I follow on Instagram, and one of the guys, Cosmo Records 45, I believe is the Instagram name, and he posts some records for sale on Instagram, and I actually had some money at the time, and I found he sent out a message. He sent out a picture. That's what it was. He sent out a picture of a bunch of shipping records that he was getting ready to ship out, and said, "Anybody, if you need anything, send me a message." So I did. Excuse me. And so I sent him a list. I said, "Hey, you got any of these?" And he sent me back two that he had, and this was one of them. The Clash, Sandinista. This 3-record set. I've only got to listen to the first album so far, and it's not like the Clash that I was expecting. I enjoy it, but it's definitely more mellow, and it's kind of it's got like a mellow, I don't know, just kind of Jamaican, kind of jazz, kind of a little bit of, I don't know, light hip hop sound to it, folky. But it's interesting. I like it. The other one that he had, same guy, was this album from Ice House. I have 2 of their other albums, and somehow I got this one's Primitive Man. Obviously, you can see from the cover. What I was saying was, somehow I was under the impression that they only had 3 albums. I don't know where I got that, and so I had the other 2, and I thought, oh great, I got the last one. I'll get them all. And then as I'm reading some more, as I'm listening to it, I find out that they actually have 9 studio albums, and so I'm like, oh great. So I'm still on the hunt for the rest of them, because I really like that group. They're new wave. They're from the 80s. I think this one was in 82, I think, is when this one came out. But it's good music. I like it. Then yesterday I took a few more records to continue building up my credit, down to the record store, and doing the same thing. I looked around, and I was able to find this one, Buddy Miles. And I actually was not familiar, but the cover really struck me. Got some crazy artwork there. And there was a guy working there in the store, I believe he works there. I was just talking to him about some music, and I asked him if he knew anything about them. And he said, yeah, that was Jimi Hendrix' drummer. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and try that out. Since, like I said, it looked interesting, and I read a little bit about it, and it sounded interesting. So I was like, I'll go ahead and give it a shot. And I liked it. It's not as hard as I guess I was expecting. But it was still very good. It's definitely, it's like 70s. You can, I mean, even if you didn't even look at the album at all, if you just heard it, you would guess it. I mean, it has that 70s rock sound, and which I like, and which I grew up on. And then I took over some stuff over to Goodwill, and anytime I drop off some over there, I would try to peek in, see if they have anything. It's not very close to me, but anyway, this one, they only had like 4 records in the whole store. The week before, I did the same thing. I looked in there, and they had about 35, 40, and every single one of them was either Christmas albums or like big band. Just total, nothing I was at all interested in, total garbage. So I go in expecting the same thing, and look, and the bin is virtually empty, like I said, and there was only 4 albums. But this one, it kind of, it was great shape, obviously, and it looked interesting. I thought, well, who knows? And I went ahead and picked it up for 99 cents, and I listened to it. It's a Latin jazz, Latin rock, kind of, and it's a really fun album. I mean, it's got some catchy tunes on there, like it kind of makes you want to dance, you know, especially the first one, the Hey Leroy. But that's all I wanted to share for today. So I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know what you think of what I found. These are the inserts from some of these albums. If you don't recognize, that's what that is in the background. This is the Ice House. This one's Santana, and then Johnny Winters. And which one is this one? Oh, this is the Savoy Brown. So let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Like the video and share yours. Share what you found. Have a great day. Good luck.